Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something really quite stagey, and I know that a lot of the people who watch my channel are interested in theatre, so I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy this video. I remember when I first started going to the theatre and I started making friends in the community, we didn't really have a specific place to hang out in the West End, like before shows, in between shows. When I say there wasn't a specific place to hang out, I mean like somewhere that fit our theme as such. I want to say aesthetic, but I know how overused that word is, so you can think of it as our aesthetic. Basically, there wasn't a stagey place around, and I remember that we always used to say, oh, New York, they've got Ellen Stardust Diner, it's so cool, we need something like that. Lo and behold, the Theatre Cafe opened in 2015, right at the start of 2015, and it was basically the answer to all of our prayers. If you've not yet been to the Theatre Cafe, I mean, the name kind of speaks for itself. It is situated right opposite Les Mis on Shaftesbury Avenue, and it's like a little treasure trove of stagey goodness. They have loads of memorabilia on the walls. They have some really cool exhibitions going up. Currently it's Mark Manley's 3-minute doodle post-it note collection. They do open mics. I don't know if they do those all throughout the week or just on the weekend, but that's really cool. They also do certain like events such as, I think they've done like people coming in to sing. They've done an album launch. I've been to an album launch there. So loads of cool stuff, and it's just a really cool, obviously stagey vibe that you can go in and enjoy before a show. They also have really cool themed drinks. Every drink has a stagey name, and they also have cups with like musical artwork on. So overall, it's just a really fun experience and was definitely the first of its kind in London. I think towards the end of 2016, I first heard the kind of rumours of some kind of competition coming to Shaftesbury Avenue. Basically, just literally a few doors down from the Theatre Cafe, there was a really big Costa, and that is directly opposite Les Mis. And that had disappeared. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. It's weird for a big chain like that to suddenly disappear off of a really busy street. But then, yeah, I heard rumours of a Leon, however you want to pronounce it. It's a healthy fast food restaurant, and they were going to buy up that space. And then it turned out that they were only going to hire performers, so the performers could then sing to the customers. There's an Ellen's idea, isn't it? So this Leon very recently opened. My friend Sean and I, we tried to go in there, but we actually went 3 days before it opened because they had a press thing on the Thursday, and I presumed it would be open on the weekend. It wasn't. So instead, last week I popped in there by myself to grab a little bite to eat and see what the vibe was like. So here is some footage of that. There's the footage. There it goes.
I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now than what it seems. How was the theatre? Now life is good. Sorry, yeah, I just got a kind of tell me that it's
From the moment I walked into Leon, it was a really nice atmosphere. I was greeted by a member of staff at the door, and they said like, obviously hello, and if I needed any help with anything to let them know. And what I found really nice with this spot is that it's so big and bright, because most places in London I've found, I don't know why I've noticed this recently, but they're quite dark and small, and this is like the total opposite. They've got nice big windows, so you can people watch and you get loads of light, and you can gaze adoringly at the theatres across the road. There are some really cool design features that they've got in the Leon. I loved in particular, for some of the tables, they actually have old theatre chairs that you can sit in, which is a really nice, simple touch. They also have a hall of family on the large wall to the right as you go in, so obviously you can see the headshots of all of the staff slash performers. The only thing I wish that they did have was little name tags underneath all of these photos, because Ellen's Diner has a very similar thing. They have all of the people that perform on a wall there, and I'm pretty sure they have, by the way, there's a vlog of when I went to Ellen Stardust Diner, so if you want to check that out, if you've never been to Ellen Stardust Diner, you've never heard of it, check that out there and you can sort of get the vibe of it. Because they do introduce the performers before they sing, which is really nice. They say who it is and what they're going to be singing, but sometimes you might miss the name or yeah, just not catch it, and it would be nice to go to the wall and think, oh yeah, it was that person, that name. But they do have all of their staff listed online as well, so that's helpful too. The staff did also have really cool uniforms. It had their names embroidered on the back, so I guess you could always just be sneaky and try and find their name from there. Overall, the atmosphere was really nice. I think it actually could be stagier, but I know they obviously have to follow the branding of the restaurant. I did love the place, and I did have little kind of elements of staginess, but I don't know, maybe it's because I'd just been in the theatre cafe before that, and obviously it's staginess everywhere. There's theatre stuff literally covering the walls, but I don't know, maybe that's something that they will add. I don't know. I have to say, after literally going from the theatre cafe to the Leon, I really enjoyed both experiences. I think it's so fun to be sitting in a restaurant and like suddenly someone starts singing beautifully. I think that's really, really nice. It's a really fun experience, so I definitely recommend you check out both. I don't want to say like one's better than the other, but I did want to talk about a few kind of pros and cons of both of them. Maybe if I'm really clever in my editing and if I have enough room, I'll put like bullet points here if I have enough room around me. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. The Theatre Cafe is obviously the original, and it's got a bit of a cult following, I have to say. So I don't think that the Leon opening just down the road will I don't think there'll be any friction or any really strong competition between them. I think they'll both attract very different audiences. I think the Theatre Cafe will keep its original fans, and people will still want to go there because obviously it's got the memorabilia and stuff like that, so that's really cool. But I think obviously the food options to actually go to eat before a show, you're going to get more of that at Leon. They actually have kind of obviously a huge range of dishes where you don't get that at the Theatre Cafe. That's always been the one flaw, in my opinion, of the Theatre Cafe, because they don't have the space, and that's obviously not their fault. I can't even imagine how much the rent must be on Shaftesbury Avenue, but yeah, it's a shame that they won't be able to branch out in terms of serving more food in the venue. Why did I speak it like that? I think it's going to be quite interesting because a lot of times you can go into the Theatre Cafe and spot famous people in the theatre world. However, I think that could easily transfer over to Leon as well, because a lot of theatre people will want a healthy meal before a show, and they can easily get that at Leon. So I think you could probably go into either place and bump into someone you might recognise from a show, which is always cool. As I mentioned earlier, the Theatre Cafe have their open mic sessions, so you as anyone can have the chance to sing in the restaurant, which is good and bad. I've been in there sometimes where there's someone singing who's not the best. Well, sorry, I sound a bit horrible for saying that, but it's true. But sometimes as well they have like random Stagey people come in who just come from their show or whatever, and they do a song as well. So it's a really mixed pot, I think. Whereas obviously if you go to Leon, you have got trained people constantly singing at you, which is pretty awesome. And I really like the thought of you could maybe go in there a few times and hear the same person sing and then become a fan of them and potentially like follow their career. And I think that'd be really, really nice for the staff as well at Leon to gain a bit of a fan base from that, because I can easily see it happening. I'd say in terms of prices, they're pretty similar at both places. I didn't really look at the drinks options and prices in Leon as such, but yeah, they're fair prices, and for what you get at Leon, it is pretty cheap. So yeah, it's cool. I think the main difference between the two is like obviously the branding. The theatre cafe can do way more because it's one of a kind, literally. It can really do what it wants to, whereas obviously the staff and the brand Leon, they have to follow certain guidelines. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, because they definitely have the space to hold events and things like that. In terms of space, Leon wins. There is so much more space, not only upstairs, but they have a downstairs. So if you want to go, but maybe you don't want to hear someone singing constantly, you can like tuck away downstairs a bit more, you know, it's just things like that. I'm not really sure what else to say at this point. I really enjoyed visiting both places. I think in the future I'm maybe more likely to visit Lyon just because of the food options, the space and the light. The theatre cafe can get really cramped, especially on the weekend. Sadly, they just obviously, it was the only space available and they snatched it up, and I don't blame them for that, because it's an awesome idea to do something like that, and to have it in that location is amazing. I would definitely recommend you check out both places, and I love that Lyon as a company have embraced being in that location and done something relevant to it, because it shocks me how other companies along that street haven't thought, yeah, let's be more theatre themed. What? Like, why wouldn't you? You're across from loads of theatres. Embrace that and be part of that culture, because I think Lyon will definitely bring in a bit more of a different audience because of what they're doing. If it was just a normal Lyon, and I can't see as many theatre fans going in there, but now I think they will. I think if their concept had been the exact same as the theatre cafe, that would have been really cheeky, but obviously they're very different types of places. Go to both of them and let me know what you think of them. Has this video made sense? Has this video encouraged you to go to these places? I didn't structure it very well, I don't think, but I just get too excited about things and ramble on. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of me, do subscribe to my channel. It'll make me very happy. I hope you're all doing really well, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!